Welcome to the Father and Son Christmas Luncheon at the St. Francis Yacht Club Pandemic Edition.
Live from our family room to yours. During the holidays past, we would gather at the club.
And enjoy a sumptuous luncheon.
Listen to Christmas stories of fellow members. Enjoy the talented San Francisco Boys Chorus and their own Something to See. Share a grin or a chin, a character artist.
Tie a bowline faster than your buddies.
We would share the warmth and camaraderie for which St. Francis Yacht Club is world renowned. Today, thanks to Zoom, will be different, as we hear from several St. Francis father and son teams from remote locations. So on with the show.
Hello, my name is Robert O'Driscoll, and this is Cohen O'Driscoll. And tonight we're going to read you our favourite book, the Going to Bed book. Okay, are you ready? 1, 2, right? The sun has set not long ago. Now everybody goes to take a bath in one big tub with soap all over. Scrub. They hang their towels on the wall and find pajamas, big and with some on top and some beneath. They brush and brush and brush their dirt. And when the moon is on the rise, they all go up to exercises and down once more, but not so fast. They're on their way to bed at last. The day is done, they say goodnight, and somebody turns off the light. The moon is high, the sea is deep, they rock and rock and rock to sleep. The end.
Hey son, you will not believe what happened to me on the race course today. I had the best start. I had a winning start. I mean winning start. Ahead of everybody. I was going along except some guy down at the pin end. He tacked onto port right in front of my bow, and there he was, and I was like, oh my God. Has that ever happened to you?
So close.
It was so close. You're right. It was so close. And so I had no choice but to crash tack. I crashed tack and my jib sheet didn't come off. So there I was, hove to on port tack. I had to reach up and blow the jib sheet. And when I blew the jib sheet, here comes a wall of starboard tack boats. And guess what I had to do next? Duck. That's right. I had to duck. You're right. I ducked. And I ducked, and I thought, oh my God, I'm going to hit the first boat, or I'm going to hit the second boat, I'm going to hit the third boat. And I miraculously didn't hit any of them. And then I tacked back onto starboard, and miraculously again, I was winning, and I was first to the weather mark. Oh my God, I was first to the weather mark.
Yes! Finally.
Yes, exactly. Isn't that incredible? And so downwind though, oh, you would not believe it. I got rolled by 3 boats going downwind after all of that.
Oh, crap.
Yeah. So Anyway, this has been a really good conversation. Huh?
We had done a lot of sailing together on the Dufour. Had lots of fun memories of that sailing as well, but the Snipe was definitely a new setting, being a small boat. It was much more responsive and required a lot more to sail all the time.
We set modest goals. The first goal was finish a race. Then it was finish a regatta. Then it was win a race. Talk about the experience of sailing on the city front.
Yeah, well, that was definitely, a step up in challenge, from the beginning. I think, first of all, it's very windy, so that, and the Snipe, I think, is, for too small, we were pretty light to be sailing on the city front. So it was a challenge just to manage the boat. I mean, those are long days of getting wet and then coming in and, putting the boat away.
There was one time that I really remember, because it was the last time that we raced together. We were beating up the city front, and it was difficult for us to hold the boat down. And this is when I think you were 16ish, and you were fully hiked, and I was as hiked as I wanted to be. And you put your elbow on my chest and said, "Hike harder, Dad." And that's where I said, you really need to find somebody who's more your own age. And you did.
Yeah, I was a demanding skipper, and probably less motivational than I should have been. Sailing in general was a really wonderful experience, I think, in all of those settings, including on the Snipe, especially on the Snipe. But it gave us a really great way to be outside and spend a lot of time together.
Since we can't be at the lunch together, at least we'll be video together.
Yeah, well, have a great time at the lunch.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Okay, so tell me your story, Cody.
One day I went into the chicken coop and I squeezed through the nesting box, and then I squeezed through the ladder.
You squeezed all the way up the ladder where the chickens go?
No, all the way down the ladder and all the way through the laying boxes. It was magic.
It was magic. What was magic about it?
Yeah, I squeezed through.
Did you get extra small?
Yeah.
Oh, that's really cool.
I got going through the big laying box. I didn't get very, but going through the ladder, I got really small. I got small as Santa.
Were you like Santa coming down the chimney when you were going down into the laying box?
Yeah. I was like Santa going down the ladder.
Yeah. Okay, that's a great Christmas story, Cody. Thank you for that story.
Hey, Cody, tell us about that rocking horse. Where did you get that rocking horse?
From Padre.
Why is it from Padre?
Because he made
Oh.
Who did I make it for?
me.
Yep, you for sure, but I made it for your uncle and your mommy.
And Tiggy.
Yep, Tigy's gonna use it next.
And me.
Yep.
Whoa.
Okay, Merry Christmas, everybody. Wish we could be at the
Merry
club.
Christmas, everybody.
Live from Gull Lake, Michigan, it's the 2018 Vintage Gold Cup. We've got some of the best sailors in the world here, and we've got some of the most amazing boats in the world here. These boats were built in the 50s and the 60s. They're all wooden, and they're really something to sail. These are what the competitors are looking at right now. Many of these boats lined up, all 20 boats. They are absolutely spectacular.
Danny and I sailed in 2018 in our wooden boat called Gem. It's a fantastic heritage event for the sport and for the star class. Super fun to do with father-son.
And you're in the middle of the starting line. And it is truly amazing out on the water in the fall in southern Michigan here at the Vintage Gold Cup.
Gull Lake is one of the best inland lakes in all of Michigan. Gull Lake is 2,030 acres. Average depth of 40, but we have the deepest is 110 foot. It's about 6 miles long, a mile across, so plenty of room for great inland lake sailing.
More social events than sailing.
Thank you all very, very much for coming out tonight. Every good regatta needs wind. Yeah, you're on to me. I'll tell you, it's looking better for golf and for sailing, but we will make every effort to get a few races in.
And I'm just really going to take the opportunity to thank Don and John for the inspiration to something that I think is really, really good for the sport. You know, the camaraderie, the friendship, the tribute to tradition and history that this event is. And I mean, for any of us who've been sailing starboats our whole lives, it just really hits your heart. And it's just a really beautiful thing, and thanks to you guys for doing it. I'm sure we could all give a standing ovation to Don and John for that.
Don Parfait and John Vandermolen, the founders of the Vintage Gold Cup.
Functions of the second annual Vintage Gold Cup.
It's a very cool event. It's in a wonderful place. I've come here for probably 15, 18 years sailing starboats, but John Vandermolen's taken what's out there and made some wonderful, great wood boats, bringing back the past. And I guess we're all getting older and we're a little bit nostalgic about our past, and this is our past that we're sailing.
Now, really, this is one of the more spectacular days of the regatta with tonight's party, and it's the Meet the Boats party. I am here with John Vandermolen, who has created many of these boats. Now, we're standing on an elevated dock, so anyone can show up tonight, walk down these beautiful docks, and look at these fantastic boats.
I've been around wooden stars for a long time. Seeing what has been done here at Gull Lake is just fascinating to me. This is a dream come true to be here surrounded with all these beautiful wooden boats, the workmen that have made it all happen, and you guys that have organized it and brought everybody together. I can't think of anything better.
Vintage cars and vintage boats.
It's a fall day and a start of the Vintage Gold Cup race. All right. So this will be an exciting finish right here. You got Larry Whipple here, you've got Jack Rickard flying in here, Whipple coming in for a second. You've got Buckingham, Rickard.
So the course is a 4, so that means up, down, 4 legs. And the heading is 25. They are lining up. There it is.
Paul Gare right now is in first place with 7 points. Bobby Lippincott has 10 points. course, Andy Ivy is right in there.
11.
And then you've got Buckingham, Arthur, and Smith all
Jamming
with
in
a
the
point.
top 5, yeah.
So it's still kind of a winner-takes-all kind of race. Warning signal just went off for the third race. It'll be the final race of the regatta. Successfully started race number 3.
So now we're going to
Well, that's a clean start, and what a pretty shot up right off the shore of Gull Lake Country Club. Holy cow. Mark Reynolds really punching here on the right side. Paul Kayard really hammered in at the boat end of this. He obviously likes the right side of the race course. Paul Kayard's second vintage Gold Cup. This has been a really good day of racing. And that's it.
The Gilmore Auto Museum, also owned by Don Parfett, largest car museum in the United States of America. Home to the awards dinner. And we test drive the cars. That's my favorite, the old Corvette.
Third place, with a 4th, 11th, and a 6th, Joe Lonergan and John Wysocki. Second place, with a 10th, a 3rd, and a 5th, that District 4 qualifier, Greg Smith and TC First place, return champion, Paul Kayard with a new crew, Danny Kayard with a 1st, a 6th, and a 1st.
I can't thank Don and John and their families enough for what a fantastic thing you're doing for the Star Claps, really. And a lot of emotion out there today, but emotion for tradition, emotion for father and son, and emotion for Sir Durwood. Thank you. Sir Durwood Knowles was the original owner of GEM. He won the gold medal in '64 in Tokyo. I'm taking care of the boat for him.
Week of memories, nostalgia, and great sailing. Thank you all. I want to invite all the teams up here for one last picture, but a round of applause to everyone.
It's awesome to share the tradition of GEM and this sailing with my son.
Welcome, Danny Kayard, to the Father-Son Luncheon in 2020.
Thanks, Ron.
Yeah. When was the first time you raced with your pop? Remember the first race? When was that?
Oh, probably in high school. My dad and I don't know if we did any 29er stuff. We might have. Might have sailed the 420, but probably in high school we did some racing together. And then the first major race that I did with him was the Pacific Cup. And
Right.
he bought a Santa Cruz 50 Hula Girl, and we went over to Kaneohe Bay.
Yeah, your sister. You and your sister and your pop. Exactly.
Exactly. And a few other kids too.
What's different when your father skippers and when you skip?
Well, you know, it's my dad's got a lot of experience, so there's a little bit more decisiveness happening when he's driving, and it's more of a traditional kind of skipper crew relationship, I think, when my dad drives the boat. And then when I'm driving, he's more into the coach mode and feeding me all the info like a normal crew would do, but really trying to guide me through certain situations. You know, he knows what's going to happen a little bit before I do, and tries to help me navigate some difficult situations, which has been a huge help in the learning curve, you know, and just really helped me grow, especially in the Star, where it's pretty technical and there's a lot of things happening going on during the race course. And then not only are you making tactical decisions, but you're also thinking about the tuning and the setup of the rig mid-race and all of that. So that's been a huge help for me. Probably the biggest thing in the Star that I've learned from my dad has been in the lighter technique, especially going downwind, and how to keep the speed, especially when it's wavy and choppy, like when you're sailing in Marina del Rey or something. And
So now your dad turned 60. Can he still do the bow in a starboat?
he can. He for sure can. If he's willing is a different story.
What's the difference between you in the bow and Paul in the bow?
Not too much really. We weigh about the same, so the balance in the boat is pretty equal. It's but an interesting part was that I thought was cracked me up was he's always wanting the crew, or typically the crew is giving a lot of info on the racetrack to the skipper. And I think there was one windy regatta where he was crewing for me, and so I kind of threw it back in his face and said, "What do you see? Can you help me?" And he goes, "I can't see anything. I don't know how you see anything down here."
So how is he at hiking out?
Oh, fantastic. I mean, everybody knows my dad's a, extremely well-fit man. So there's, he's 60 plus now, and he's probably in better shape than I am, to be totally honest.
When you get on the boat, do you guys decide in advance who's going to be driving, who's going to be, the bow and front end? When do you make that decision?
Well, a couple of years ago, we kind of decided if it's my boat, I drive. If it's his boat, he drives. And the Gold Cup is a little different because that's a bit of a family boat. So we'll see. Most of the time he drives. Oh, the only time, 2 times that we went, he drove. Maybe it'll be my turn next time.
Well, great, Danny Yacht. It's been fun having you give us some insights in the father-son Christmas luncheon for the St. Francis Yacht Club. Thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you, Ron. Great to talk to you, and hopefully we'll see you around the club sometime soon.
So we hope you've enjoyed the Father-Son Christmas Luncheon, live from our living room to your living room. And with that, the luncheon is adjourned.